Foley is named for Jack Foley. He's a sound editor at Universal Studios in the 1930s, who kind of developed this whole concept of what Foley is and the type of recording it is. The idea behind Foley is you're trying to capture the sounds that the dialogue microphones don't pick up. All the sort of detailed movements of the actors. Generally, all sounds related to movement on screen are recreated in a Foley process. They're always recorded while a Foley artist performs the action while watching playback a picture. And that's the important part about Foley, is you're watching picture when you're recording these sounds. So you really try to cue off of what you're seeing on screen. Generally, you record Foley in layers. In other words, they'll do several passes. They'll do footsteps. And there'll be a pass where they record the movement of the character's clothes. That would be every character in the film. They would redo the clothes. Then any actions the characters do, if they run their hands through their hair or clasp their hands together, or any props they interact with. The general breakdown for categories is you would record a foot pass, or feet, a cloth pass, and then a props actions pass. So you could have three general categories for each character. The actions include punches, slaps, intimate actions, breathing, any particular body movements. These are all the things that would be recorded onto the props actions pass. The Foley crew consists of a Foley artist or artists, Foley editor, and then there's the Foley mixer. And the Foley editor oversees the Foley process. They do the spotting for Foley with the supervising sound editor, director, etc. Then they manage a collection of Foley work that is recorded and edited. The Foley artist or walker performs the Foley. Often they work in teams, not always one person, sometimes it's two people doing it. And then they adopt a particular character in the project. And then there's the Foley mixer. And this is the person that records the Foley. They sit behind the desk, they place the microphones, they run the Foley session. They're the ones responsible for deciding how close or far the microphone is. And that makes a big difference. If you're really close, sometimes it sounds too present. Sometimes that's good, but it sounds a little less natural, almost hyper-real. That's kind of becoming Hollywood Foley sound, is Foley that's really close mic'd and very present sounding. Foreign films and independent films tend to use Foley that's a little bit more realistic and not so close mic'd. The difference between Foley and sound effects, they're pretty much alike. Foley actually are sound effects. There's one distinguishing difference between having someone walk Foley, like somebody taking sound effects of footsteps and cutting them in. The difference is performance. Foley is about a performance, really embodying the actor and creating the physicality of the verbal performance they do, another layer of that performance.